You might be able to go out about a little bit further to maybe match this line here, and then potentially a full wraparound. But I would think something more along the lines of what's happened here would be more successful, because like I say, the council have just basically said you can't see it from public views, so we're not overly fussed. So basically all they're saying is make sure it's not impacting on the amenity of neighbours, and make sure that it's still subordinate to the main house. Those are the two real tests.
If you want to learn more about the planning process and how you can unlock value out of any property, click the link below to learn more.
They're all consistent in how they assess what they're doing. This is the officer's report for the most recent one. Scale and design, these are all the policies, blah, blah, blah. It should have a roof form, blah, blah, blah. The proposed extension would be sited to the rear of the property and would barely be visible from the immediate street scene due to the context of the property, meaning its siting and relationship with surrounding neighbours. The proposed extension would be considered subordinate and suitable for the house and rear street scene. Materials would match the dwelling. And if you look at the other officers' reports, again, the extension would be a part replacement for the single-storey element to the rear of the outrigger. The depth would not be increased. As such, the extension would be modest in footprint. The overall scale of the extension is appropriate for the house, street scene, and conservation area. The point I'm making here is that they're all saying that, as such, the proposed development would be at the rear of the building and not visible from Nascot Street. As such, it would not detract from the character and appearance of the Nascot conservation area. So you can kind of see what people have been up to. One thing I noticed was that, okay, the full width looked difficult on your site, but actually other people did full width, and they had a very similar situation to your property in that they had this side right of way access.
Yeah.
So what this is kind of showing me is that you can, at the very least, do, I'm not copying this, but you can do this. I think you can do this side extension here.
Right.
And you may not be able to do a full wraparound, but I would say that you can definitely kind of change this kind of lean-to thing, which I assume it's storage or something. So I think at the very least, that's terrible. So at the very least, you can do a lean-to here, and then remodel this to remodel the whole ground floor. You could try like a wraparound like this, but nothing more than single story. That would be the maximum that you could get on this. You might be able to go out about a little bit further to maybe match this line here, and then potentially a full wraparound. But I would think something more along the lines of what's happened here would be more successful, because like I say, the council have just basically said you can't see it from public views, so we're not overly fussed. So basically all they're saying is make sure it's not impacting on the amenity of neighbours, and make sure that it's still subordinate to the main house. Those are the two real tests. And then in your email, you mentioned going above stairs and stuff. So you can definitely go into the roof. I mean, again, if you look at, when I say go into the roof, by the way, I don't necessarily mean dormers, but I do mean like this, where you can put, roof lights in, and then create that could be like a master bedroom or something like that. That rear extension at the bottom will obviously allow you to completely remodel the ground floor and floor unit or whatever, and then going into the roof so you can increase the floor space of the unit there. So that's what I think. Yeah, there's definitely potential to do something, even if it's just remodeling what you've already done, but there's definitely opportunities for small extensions which would allow you to remodel that ground floor, that would just open up walls and change that.